You who are new this time, a little bit about me. My name is Bethany Gary, and I am the Assistant Director of Residence Life here at Seton Hill. I'm going to be your host for Trivia Night tonight. This is my second year at SHU, so I consider myself a sophomore. So I only have 1 year on you all, so I'm still learning a lot as well. All right, so tonight for the Trivia Night, we're going to be using a program called Kahoot. Who of you has used Kahoot before? Raise your hand or give a thumbs up reaction if you've used Kahoot before. Awesome. Well, I'm going to give instructions, so if you are new to Kahoot, you'll know what you're doing. So the way that Kahoot is going to work is you are going to need to either have a second device or you're going to need to have another window open if you're using a computer or just switching back and forth, because you're going to need to view this PowerPoint presentation here, and I'll bring the Kahoot up, and then you'll also need a device where you can answer the questions. So you can kind of switch back and forth between windows, but you'll need to see both. I think we're all looking pretty good, but make sure that both your Zoom username and your Kahoot nickname, which you'll be entering in a few minutes here, are your first and last name. We need to make sure that we can give you credit for attendance tonight. And then also we need to make sure we know your names because there are potential prizes on the line. So you have the opportunity to win a $25 SHU bookstore gift card if you're in first, second, or third place. And I think I saw all three of our winners from last time, Jasmine, Griff, and Alexa. So everybody look out. We have some winners in our midst that are going to be coming for you. All right, so if everyone can go to kahoot.it on your device or a second window. And then once we get through, you'll be able to see the game pin. So the first screen is going to look like this, where you'll enter a game pin, which I'll give you here momentarily. And then once you click enter, you'll get to this second screen here where you'll enter your Kahoot nickname. And that's where I was talking about make sure you enter your first and last name. If you have a long name, just put your first name, last initial. So we can make sure we keep track of those. This is what the screen is going to look like when you log in as a participant. So the screen on the left here is what you'll see on this screen. I will be reading all of the questions and all of the answers so that you can hear those, and in addition to looking at them at the same time. And then this is what the participant screen will look like on your device. As you can see, the question and the answers are not listed on that participant screen. So make sure that you're listening carefully, and then you can look at them on the other screen. All right, are we ready? That was a quick version of the instructions, but I think we can figure it out. All right, here we go. Gonna switch over to the Kahoot here and get started. All right, so this number here, I'm gonna turn this down very loud. All right, so this number here is your game pin. So you're gonna go to kahoot.it, or you can do the Kahoot app, and you're gonna enter this number right here, 4191650 as the game pin. We'll give everybody a couple minutes to get in, and we'll get started. There's some really catchy music on this Kahoot, so just get ready. Feel free to bust the move at home if you want. I probably will be, so don't touch.
We're set. We got all 28.
All right, we have 28 people. Who's ready? Excited? Woo! All right, we will have a practice question, so it'll give you an opportunity to practice. So here we go. All right, tonight's trivia is Who's Who at SHU? Our first question of the evening is, how excited are you for trivia night? Red, super excited. Yellow, pumped. Blue, I've been waiting for this my whole life. Or green, trivia is my jam. All right, so we have 1 number per time. 10 seconds. All right, everyone is super excited. You didn't have a choice. You're excited no matter what. All right, feeling good with that practice question? All righty, here we go. On to the real questions. So this is a good place for us to pause and talk a little bit about how our scores are calculated tonight. So you will be scored both on a correct answer and on speed. So if you have fast fingers from typing and texting all the time, this is going to be your game. Because if you get a correct answer, you'll get 1 score. And then if you are the fastest, you'll get an additional score. That'll help us to know who's on our leaderboard. So for that practice question, all 4 answers were correct. But Aaron here is very fast with their fingers and on the top of the leaderboard with 1,000 points. All right, let's get started. Question 2. What is the name of the religious order that founded Seton Hill? Red, Sisters of Mercy. Blue, Sisters of Life. Yellow, Sisters of Charity. Or green, Sisters of the Holy Spirit. Wow, we got some smart cookies on here. Yes, that is correct.
The reason we had that picture there is our sisters, you will not see habits like you might think when you see the calendars or things like that, sisters having fun. Our sisters will wear normal clothes. The way you can distinguish the sisters, they will wear that medallion either as a pin or on their necklace, and they will wear the ring as well.
Thanks, Matt. Yes, so you'll see sisters around campus with those on. Alrighty, so moving on, looks like we have some folks that are getting started on a strong foot. Oh, Griffin coming to defend Griffin's territory. Griffin was one of our winners last time, so look out, everybody. And I see Alexa's on their way up as well. All right, on to the next question. Who is the current president of Seton Hill University? Red, President Mary Joseph Davy. Yellow, President Elizabeth Ann Bailey Seton. Blue, President Mary Finger. Or green, President Mary Raymond Reedy. This is a picture of our current president here. You are mostly all correct. Our current president's name is Mary Finger. She's been here for 9 years. She's starting her 9th year as president. And so, no, that's incorrect. Not 9 years. She's been here since 2014. Yes, yeah. Starting her 7th year. All righty. You're going to see her around campus. She's phenomenal, doing some awesome things on campus. So how many of you have received an email or 2 or 3 or 7 from President Finger? Good. Means you're getting those awesome communications. She's very, it's really important for her to be communicative and transparent with what's going on. So she's been trying to keep you all informed as you're getting started for the fall semester.
She'll be a part of tomorrow's presentation as well.
Yeah, so make sure you tune in tomorrow. Matt will talk about that a little bit more later on so you can get more details. All right. Uh-oh, Griffin. Shania is coming for you. All right, moving on to the next question. Question 4. Which of these is not one of the 7 residence halls on campus? Red, Brownlee Hall. Yellow, Mara Hall. Blue, Davy Hall. Or green, Reeves Hall. All right, pretty good, everybody. That is correct. Reeves Hall is not a residence hall. Does anybody know what Reeves Hall is? You can type it in the chat and Matt will read it out for us. Name 1 or 2 things that's listed.
Yes, the library. Other names you'll hear for Reeves as well is sometimes we'll just say the library or sometimes we'll say the learning commons. So you'll notice that the entire building is Reeves. The top floor is the learning commons. There aren't any books up there anymore. All the books are moved down to the bottom floor where the library is. So library, Reeves, or learning commons, it's all the same building. Welcome to Seton Hill.
Yes, everything has 3 names. And also confusing, we have 2 TLCs on campus. One is the Learning Commons and one is the Technology Learning Commons. So we'll help you figure that out when you get here. All right, let's see who's in the lead. Oh, Griffin is moving back up and we have some newcomers to the leaderboard. That's exciting. All right, moving on to question 5. What is the name of the Seton Hill University mascot? Red, Griff, crimson, blue, lionbird, or eagle eye? That is correct. Our mascot's name is Griff the Griffin. Does anybody know what a griffin is? If you want to type in the chat, what is a griffin?
Combination of a few different animals.
Yes. Matt, do you want to talk about what our mascots were potentially going to be?
So yes, when we became a university, the votes were between the Greyhounds, the Highlanders, and the Griffins. And it was a student vote, and the Griffins won. Half lion, half eagle. There you go. Yes. There is actually a taxidermied stuffed griffin on campus. If you find it, take a picture with it. It's a little scary looking, but I don't want to discredit. I forget whoever made that and donated that to the university a long time ago.
It's kind of creepy, but nonetheless, representing our Griffins. Awesome. Great job, everybody. Let's see. And Griffin is in the lead. All right, let's keep going. Question 6. Who is SHU's Dean of Students and Diversity Officer? Red, Reverend Daniel Richard Sullivan. Yellow, Dr. David Dropa. Blue, Dr. Adriel Hilton. Or green, Reverend James A. Wallace Reeves. A little bit more split decision on this one, but the majority of you got that correct. Our Dean of Students' name is Dr. Adriel Hilton. He's phenomenal. You'll see him bopping around the halls a lot. Has anyone had interactions with Adriel yet on any of the sessions? Maybe yes. Awesome. He's really great. You'll get to
Hi,
know.
boss. So if you see him, tell him how awesome virtual orientation was. There you go.
Yes. Or how silly Matt is.
There you go.
All right, let's see. Is anybody moving up? Ooh, we have some movement on the leaderboard. Chris Brown coming to the top. These green arrows here mean that folks moved up on the board. So lots of movement on that question. All right, moving on to the next one. What are some of the class officer positions available for first-year students to run for? Red, president. Yellow, treasurer. Campus Life Revolution Board, CLRB rep. Or green, vice president. This picture here is our class 2023 class officer. All right, you are all correct. All of those are potential positions that you could apply for to be a class officer. So there's a variety of different positions, but in those class officers will meet together and make some decisions about things that you want to do for your class, and you'll stick together as a team throughout your time here on the Hill. Anything to add about that, Matt?
No, I was just wondering if there's a chance to turn down the music while you're talking about the questions. It's hard to hear you list the question.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Down. Thank you. All right, let's check out the leaderboard. Oh, staying pretty steady on that one. Let's see if this next question will cause any shifting. Question 8. How many active registered clubs and organizations are there on campus? Red, 20, yellow, 30, blue, 40, or green, 50 plus. Lots of different ways to get involved on campus and find your niche and find your people. 6 seconds for that last person. All right. Great job, everyone. Yes, we have over 50 student organizations on campus, so lots of different ways to get involved and find something that interests you. There's also an opportunity to create your own student organization. So if there's something that you're passionate about and you would like to see that more on campus, you can meet with Elise, who oversees our clubs and organizations, and talk through the process for starting that organization. All right, on to
if someone joined late, are they still able to log in? Because I see we have more people than we started with, and I don't know if everyone is able. So they can just go to kahoot.it with the game pin and hop in at any time.
Absolutely. Thanks, Matt. So for anyone who's new, go right here to kahoot.it, and then the game pin is listed here, and make sure to put your first and last name as your Kahoot nickname. All righty, looks like our leaderboard is holding steady still. Let's see if this next question will cause some shifting. Question 9, what is the name of the office that provides one-on-one writing assistance on campus? Red, the Academic Achievement Center. Yellow, Support Services. Blue, Math Enrichment Center. Or green, the Writing Center. All right, great job. All of these are actual offices on campus. but it looks like most of you selected the correct one. That is the Writing Center. So the Writing Center does provide one-on-one writing assistance. That can be any stage of the writing process. If you're starting to brainstorm, if you have your rough draft done and just need someone to take a look at that, they'll meet with you one-on-one and give you some tips and advice. They also do different presentations around campus. They have a lot of different online resources that you can use. So the Writing Center is a great resource here on campus.
All of these offices will be at our session next Wednesday to be able to let you know about their services as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. All right. Let's check out the scoreboard. Ooh, we have some newcomers to the leaderboard. So right now, our first, second, and third place are gunning for those gift cards. All right, question 10. What is the phone number for campus police? Red, 724-830-4999. Yellow, 911. Blue, 724-830-9111. Or green, 724-838-4281. Ooh, split across the board here. So if everyone wants to take a moment and get out your phones if you're not using them, and you can go ahead and program this in your phone right now. Campus Police is available 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. That is correct. We even have an officer working on Christmas, New Year's, every holiday when the rest of us are off, keeping our campus safe. So the correct phone number is 724-830-4999. So go ahead and lock that in your cell phone now and list that as Campus Police. Alrighty, let's see if that one probably moves some folks around. Yes, absolutely. Ooh, Alexa, coming back to claim a title again. All right, on to the next question. Question 11. What is the first line of the Seton Hill alma mater? Red, Seton Hill, we love thee. Yellow, alma mater, hail, we greet thee. Blue, dearest Seton Hill. Or green, make us worthy of thee. All right, another one that's split across the board. Great job to those of you who answered alma mater, hail, we greet thee. Has anyone heard the alma mater yet sung? Anybody? No? I'm sure you'll hear it at some point on campus. It's a really, really pretty song. All right, on to the next one. So let's check in with the scoreboard. Couple movement. Great job, Devin and Tess. Moving on up. All right, question 12. Who answers the phone when you call the main Seton Hill phone number? So the phone number listed at the bottom of the Seton Hill website. Red, undergraduate admission. Yellow, Elizabeth Ann Seton. Blue, President Finger. Or green, Mary Ventrone. All right, some close ones here. We had 10 folks who knew that the correct answer is Sherry Ventrone. So when you get to campus and you're in the administration building on the first floor, there's a big wooden desk, and that's where Sherry sits. I'm convinced that she knows literally everything about Seton Hill. So if you have any questions, she's a really great resource. She's right by the elevator that goes up to the 5th floor in admin. And so she also is the one who answers the phone when you call. All right, moving on to the leaderboard. Ooh, Devin is on fire. Devin has had 12 correct answers in a row. Way to go, Devin. All right, on to the next question, 13. What office should you contact to schedule tutoring for one of your classes? Red, the Writing Center. Yellow, Academic Advising. Blue, Academic Achievement Center. Or green, Health Services. All right, great job, everybody. Academic Achievement Center is correct. If I could recommend one thing at all is if you're unsure about a class at all, start doing tutoring earlier rather than later. If you get to October and you're like, oh crap, I have no idea what I'm doing in this class, it's a little bit late to start tutoring. But if you think you might have a little bit of trouble, look into tutoring right off the bat. You can always discontinue it if you're starting to feel confident with the class. It's a lot easier to start from the beginning rather than try to catch up later on. All right, And there will be some more information. Matt, I think you said someone from the Academic Achievement Center will be at
next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, acing your academics. And they'll also be for the welcome before the weekend tomorrow as well.
Great. So if you have any questions, attend one of those sessions and they'll be able to answer those for you. All right, let's check in with the scoreboard. Ooh, staying steady with our top 5 here. Next question. Which office on campus provides free confidential mental health counseling? Red, health services. Yellow, counseling services. Blue, academic advising. Or green, residence life.
They were at yesterday's session.
Yeah. So you're getting exposed to a lot of different options on campus. Alrighty. Great job, everybody. Counseling services is correct. So something really awesome that you have available to you as a student at Seton Hill is you have completely free and unlimited counseling sessions that you can attend. You don't have to go to them if something's wrong. You could just have an opportunity where you want to talk with somebody about the transition. You're starting to feel a little bit homesick. There are amazing staff members on campus that you can talk with. Something that's going to be a little bit different this semester compared to previous semesters is most of our counseling sessions are going to be offered virtually. So that's why that picture on there showed a person on a computer screen. There's a way through SHU where you can sign up for a counseling appointment and then they'll communicate with you to schedule that virtual session. Alrighty, moving on to the next question. Okay, we got some newcomers to the scoreboard. People moving up. All right, who wants a gift card? Next question. What website is the gateway to many of the most important resources for all SHU students, faculty, and staff? Red, Gmail. Yellow, Google. Blue, Amazon. Or green, SHU. Great job, everyone. SHU is correct. It is a gateway website. You saw this picture of it there. That's where you can access pretty much everything that you need as a Seton Hill student. All right, moving on. Looks like our scoreboard is staying steady. Question 16. Who are the student mentors who live on each floor in the residence halls to provide support and guidance to the residents? Red, resident assistants. Yellow, peer mentors. Blue, orientation leaders. Or green, briefing guides. Great job. That is correct. Resident assistants are the staff members who live on each floor. Some floors have 1 RA, some will have up to 3 RAs, and they are there to serve as a resource for you. They're a great person who knows a lot of campus resources and can refer you where you may need to go. I like to consider them like kind of a big brother or big sister for the floor, just someone that you can go to and talk to about anything that's going on, and they can point you in the right direction or just be there to listen. All right, you will get to meet them when you come here or when you get here for move-in. And then they'll be the ones working with you for your floor meetings and community programs and stuff like that. All right, let's check out the scoreboard. Staying steady here. Devin is now up to 16 correct answers in a row. Way to go, Devin. All right, question 17. Which building houses aerobic and fitness rooms, a weight facility, locker rooms, and 2 intramural courts? Red, Sullivan Hall. Yellow, administration building. Blue, McKenna Center. Or green, Brown Gym. There's a lot of other things in this facility as well, but those are some of the highlights. Great job, everyone. McKenna Center is correct, and that was a picture there of the McKenna Center. Does anyone know anything else that is available within the McKenna Center? I'm going to type that in the chat. Yeah. Any answers, Matt?
Basketball court.
Absolutely. One of my favorite features of the McKenna Center is we actually have an indoor track, which is really great for whenever the weather is not so nice here in Western Pennsylvania. There's an opportunity to go inside to get your walking or running in. All right, let's check out the scoreboard here. Ooh, we have some shifting. We haven't seen Shania in a little while. Shania's coming back. All right. There's still plenty of time, everybody. For those of you who haven't been in the top 5 yet, there's still plenty of time. All right, question 18. Which department provides for students of all faiths to participate in prayer, service, and social responsibility? Red, service and social responsibility. Yellow, religious studies. Blue, campus ministry. Or green, faith and service. Great job. The correct answer is campus ministry. So while we are a Catholic institution, we do open all of our services to anyone of all faiths or no faith. And there's lots of different opportunities to explore faith and spirituality. Our campus ministry office also oversees our Center for Service Learning. And so there's lots of opportunities to do service in our local community. Our alternative spring break program may look a little bit different this year, but there's lots of opportunities to give back to our community. All right, let's check out the scoreboard. Stay and study. I feel some other folks gonna come up on this next question. I have faith in you. All right, question 19. Which office provides leadership in assuring that our campus provides an environment of inclusion for all? Red, Multicultural Affairs Office. Yellow, Diversity and Inclusion and Support Services. Blue, Education and Social Change Office. Or green, Multicultural Programs and Services. In the picture here is Keisha, who oversees this office. She is the assistant dean. I'm not going to tell you what her title is because I'll give away the answer. All right, great job, everyone. So Keisha is the Associate Dean of Diversity, Inclusion, and International Support Services. She also advises our student organization, which is called MISO, which is the Multicultural International Student Organization. They do a lot of really awesome programs on campus and a lot of education across campus as well. All right, so let's check out the scoreboard. Okay, here comes Jasmine. I think this is the Jasmine who was one of our winners last time, coming to defend her throne. All right, we have 7 more questions. Which of these is not a prohibited item in the residence hall? Red, coffee pot. Yellow, decorative lights. Blue, candle. Green, poster. Many of you were watching the residence hall tours. You may have gotten some of these answers. Great job, everyone. Decorative lights is correct. You are permitted to have decorative lights in your hall as long as they are UL approved, which basically all lights that are sold in the US are UL approved, but just make sure you see that little sticker on there. Some of the items that are prohibited and not allowed in the residence halls: coffee pots, candles, and toasters. So basically anything that is a fire hazard, has an open heating element, some type of flame, would be considered prohibited items. We do have a Keurig in every single common area within the residence halls, so you will still be able to get that coffee fix. There's also coffee available in the Cove as well, so lots of different places on campus where you can get coffee, but we do provide a Keurig, so if you want to bring your own K-cups, that will be available, but you're just not permitted to have it in your room. All right, moving on to the next question. Uh-oh, here comes Jasmine. All right, moving on to the next question. Which office provides students with personal career advising, resume review, portfolio development, and interview prep? Red, Academic Advising Center. Yellow, Career Link. Blue, One Stop Career Center. Or green, Career and Professional Development Center. Wow, I thought that was a trick question, but y'all did really well. That is correct. The Career and Professional Development Center. The folks that you saw there in the picture are our staff with the Career and Professional Development Center. They all have lots of years of experience working in career services. And actually Seton Hill touts really high numbers when it comes to job placement in graduate school. It's something that we're very proud of here at Seton Hill. And a lot of that has to do with this awesome staff. I would encourage you, once again, like I was talking about with tutoring, get started early. A lot of times people think that you don't need to talk to the Career and Professional Development Center until you're like a junior and you're looking at internships. But it's really good to get started building those relationships right away so that you can help to plan your 4 years here, or 6 or 7. All righty. Oh, we have some shifting here on the scoreboard. Kaylee is coming up for the win. All right, on to our next question. Which building on campus has studios for various forms of art, performance spaces, and 3 exhibition spaces? Red, Learning Commons. Yellow, Seton Hill Arts Center. Blue, Performing Arts Center. Or green, Lukic Center. All right. Ooh, pretty split across the board here. It gets a little confusing because we have 2 buildings that are located not on our main campus here up on the hill. They're actually in downtown Greensburg, one of which is correct, the Seton Hill Art Center, which is where we have a lot of different studios, metalsmithing studio, clay studio, drawing, painting, all different types of art. And then our Performing Arts Center is actually where our larger like theater productions and musical performances and things like that will happen at the Performing Arts Center. And both of those are located down in the downtown Greensburg campus. All right, let's check out the scoreboard. Holding pretty steady. We still have a couple questions, everyone. I think you can do it. All right, question 23. Which campus office is staffed by a nurse practitioner and a registered nurse who was actually recently hired and provides professional outpatient services? Red, Health Services. Yellow, Medical Center. Blue, Telehealth. Or green, SHU Hospital. I didn't trick any of you on this one. Red, Health Services is correct. Matt, do you want to talk about some of the services that are provided by our health services office?
Well, what I can also say too is Annette did present yesterday, and that recorded session will be going up as well. So Annette, I'm sure you've been getting emails, or you will be getting emails from her health services at setonhill.edu in regards to making sure that we're all safe on campus. You can again schedule an appointment with them through SHU as well.
Absolutely. Something that's really cool that I haven't seen at a lot of other campuses is you can actually get prescriptions here on campus. Yes. Because Annette is a nurse practitioner, she is able to prescribe medication and do a lot of other outpatient services. All right, let's check out that scoreboard and see if anybody moved. Ooh, we've got some movement in scores. All right, couple more questions. Here we go. Ooh, 5 different players just had an answer streak of 3 correct in a row, and these are getting to the tougher questions. Good job. All right, question 24. What is the online hub where you can learn more about student organizations and events happening on campus? Red, Griffin Flare. Yellow, The Nest. Blue, Shine. Or green, Canvas. 15 seconds. Great job, everybody. I don't know if the big S gave it away, but we do have a student engagement hub that you can find through SHU. So if you log into SHU and go up in the little Rubik's Cube on the top right, you can go to Shine, and that will list out all of our different student organizations on campus. That's where they'll be posting different events that are happening. You can RSVP to the events. You can track your progress of different things that you've been attending. It's a really cool platform that we use. And I don't know if anybody's going to be talking about SHU 20 at any point during virtual orientation, but we do have a leadership development program called SHU 20 that allows you to participate in different programs and learn different skills, and that is also housed in Shine.
I'll ask a question if anyone knows what SHINE stands for. So SHINE is actually an acronym. If you know the acronym, type it in there. But I will also tell you in the meantime, Cork is an app you can download for your phone, C-O-R-Q, Cork. Cork takes everything that we have in Shine in terms of the list of our events and puts it in an app on your phone. So on your phone, you can RSVP to events and you can see what's happening on campus. So if you don't already have the Cork app on your phone, C-O-R-Q, go ahead and download that. It's also a way for us to be able to track your attendance. So when you come to a program, we'll be able to scan your phone through your Cork app so that we can make sure you're tracked for everything that happens on campus so you can get credit for it. Seton Hill Internal Network for Engagement, correct.
Wow, I didn't know that one.
Yeah, Seton Hill's Internal Network for Engagement. That is what SHINE stands for.
Great job, everybody. And for anybody who has an iPhone, you can actually put your Shine event pass in your Apple Wallet. That's one of my favorite features. You can pull it up here. And so anytime I go to an event, oh, can't see that with my background. Anytime I go to an event, I just pull up this QR code here and I can scan into the event and it records my attendance. But that's right in my Apple Wallet, so I don't have to fumble around with logging into things. All right, moving on to the next question. All right, there's still a chance, everybody. There's a couple more questions to get those $25 gift cards. All right, question 25. This person is assigned to assist you in selecting the courses you need, finding internships, and making career decisions. Red, orientation leader, yellow, faculty advisor, blue, professor, or green, resident director. 15 seconds. Good job. That is correct. Everybody is assigned to a faculty advisor, and they'll be the ones to kind of keep you on track with your course of study. And you'll get to know them really well, and they'll help you with your goal planning and what you're planning to do with your career moving forward. All right. Ooh, we have some shifting here. Jasmine has moved into the top 3. We have one question left to bump Jasmine out of the top 3 for that chance for that gift card. Drum roll, please. Nobody's drum rolling.
You can't hear them.
All right.
They really are. They're just on mute.
Question 26. Which SHU staff member dresses up like a knight at least once per year? Red, Corey Campbell. Yellow, Matt Zielinski. Blue, David von Schlichten. Or green, Darren, I can never pronounce his last name.
Oxen.
All right.
Corey is the director for Residence Life. Myself, David von Schlichten's faculty, and Darren Oxen, our director of dining services.
Wow, this was a tough one for everybody. The picture there was Darren dressed as a knight. Darren really is a jack of all trades. You'll get to see him around campus. He is our director of dining services, but he also is our campus carpenter, our gardener. He does a lot of different things around campus. And he has a lot, I think he has an entire closet full of costumes. So he has costumes for all different events and really likes to show school spirit and get dressed up for things. So I'm sure you'll see him around. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. Now is the time for the real drum roll. Drum roll, please. Let's check out who are our first, second, and third place. In third place, we have Jasmine. Second place, Alexa. And first place, who's it gonna be? Devin. Great job, everyone. Thank you all so much for playing Kahoot. We're gonna have a couple more, some more information and announcements for you. I really wanna say thank you and appreciate you being here tonight. So if you would like to contact either Matt or I, here is our contact information that you can send us an email and touch base with us if you have any questions based on the information presented tonight or just anything about getting ready to come to campus. And then Matt has some announcements for us.
So today's session does count towards the game time portion of your Shine Path for virtual orientation. So you should see that on there. Tomorrow's session, Welcome Before the Weekend, is at 6 p.m. It's an encore presentation of what we had on Saturday the 11th. There will be 12 presenters who will present important information for you, and it counts towards your SHU at a glance on the path. There we go. And then next week's session, the last 4 sessions, Monday, July 27th at 6 is Lay of the Land. We'll have a tour of campus highlights for you. On Tuesday the 28th is a session Letting Go. This is a session specifically for family members. So if you have a family member, they can register through the Road to the Hill website. So it's not on Shine for students necessarily, but it's on Road to the Hill for families to register for that. Then Wednesday is our last session for students and families, acing your academics, various staff members who will help you get prepared for knowing what you can do once you get to campus. Because again, you don't want to wait too late to get academic support. Then Thursday the 30th, we have an encore presentation of Letting Go. So depending upon when your family's work schedule might happen, your family can log into that session as well. Both of the Letting Go sessions are presented by our Vice President of Student Affairs. Very well received session to help family members in in that breaking apart process to help you with everything with transitioning to college.
Absolutely.
I think we have, and then next step. So when we're all done with virtual orientation, we'll have move-in assigned days for residents you should have received for Wednesday the 12th through Friday the 14th, and then welcome weekend. Expect an upcoming email from me soon about welcome weekend, which will happen from Friday until Sunday. We will have connections class meetings each day. So if you're a traditional first-year student in connections class, we will actually have a class meeting on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday that will count towards your class. We will have many social events so you can get to meet your fellow classmates. Obviously, with proper physical distancing, we will have outdoor fitness classes. We'll have plenty of giveaways so you can take stuff to decorate your room or take back home. We'll have outdoor movies. Big event to wrap up. Welcome weekend on Sunday night is Mass on the Grass. Very nice event. Then end by fireworks. So we have fireworks over campus for everyone to be able to see. So you'll definitely want to be on campus Sunday night. There will also be floor meetings for residents, commuter socials. If you don't live in the residence halls, we'll have community service opportunities, a student government meeting, and much more. So we hope you can join us for welcome weekend, but we will definitely get you information in the upcoming weeks about that. I think we're good.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for being here. We can't wait to have you on the Hill.
We'll stick around if you have any questions otherwise.